Hi, it's Gila Nehemia, sacred self-love poet, mentor, author, and mystic. Today is day 20. Oh my, we're almost done. 21 days. I can't even believe it. The end of the challenge is near. I've actually been really enjoying it. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Gila Nehemia. I'm a sacred self-love poet, mentor, author, and mystic. And what that means is I help people to truly love themselves from their heart space. I call myself a spiritual heart guide because, the heart has so many different ways to access its nectar. And I'm a big fan of Rumi. So, those kind of poetic words really turned me on. And the moon, the full moon that we are in today and yesterday, and for the next few days, that energy just really activated me. And that's actually what we're going to be talking about today. It's called the Bindu. It's the 8th chakra. It's actually the crescent moon. Those of you who might have learned Indian dance, that was something that we used to do, is to kind of show that Bindu as something that's on our heads. It's actually connected to the pineal gland, and we're going to do some affirmations about that today. We're going to do some movement. And tomorrow is the last day. We're just going to do a full body release, and I'm going to just share with you some insights. And I wanted today to talk a little bit about intuition, because that's something I really, really discuss with my clients, and I wanted to share that with you. So those of you who have joined, we're going to do a prayer, and then we'll do some movement and breathing affirmations and meditation and reflection. And I'm actually going to be pulling a card today for the full moon from this beautiful oracle deck that I have, the 13 moon oracle cards. So that'll be at the end. So stay till the very end to watch that. So without further ado, we will set an intention. So I'd like you to set an intention as well. So if you'd like to close your eyes, connect to your light team. I'm connecting to the collective light team, all our angels, our guides, God, Source, Universe, to assist us in opening up our chakras, so that we can open up the Bindu Chakra, which is what we're going to be talking about today, the full manifestation in the physical and spiritual realms. Guide us into our infinite wisdom and into the higher states of consciousness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Show us the way. Take us into the unknown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God, Source, Universe. Thank you for those of you who've joined. Very excited to be here. So we are going to do a little bit of dance as we normally do. So I will share my screen. So dance with me, just dance however you feel you want to. It's kind of open dance now. Just let it go. Move that head. I hope you like that. That was fun. So, if you those of you who don't know the Bindu Chakra, it's actually the 8th chakra, and we're going to do some breathing in a moment. I just wanted to say it again. It's right at the back of the head. Thanks, Ravi, for joining. It's at the back of the head. Some of you might know about it. So I used to do Indian dance, and that was kind of, it represented the crescent moon. Like Shiva puts it in his hair. So if you've seen any pictures of Lord Shiva or anything in India, Rishikesh has a really huge statue, and you always see the moon in his hair. And I'll tell you in a minute how I learned about it. So we'll do some breathing exercises right now. Just breathe at your own pace, whatever you feel comfortable with. We'll take 3 deep breaths. So you can count, and I'm going to be taking it. I'm holding it. I'm going to take it in for 3, hold for 3, and let go for 3. So I'm going to do that now. If you'd like to join me 3 times. So I hope you found that refreshing. I always love to to breathe. It's so important to breathe, as we said earlier when I started this series, and to oxygenate ourselves. So I'm going to just write a few affirmations. I love my 8th chakra. I love to open up to higher consciousness. So these are the 3 affirmations I wrote, and you can say them with me, or you can say what you'd like. I love my 8th chakra. Again, the 8th chakra is here behind the head. If you've seen any pictures of people with like a tuft of hair in India or anything, all of it's shaved except for that tuft of hair. That's representing the 8th chakra. I love my 8th chakra. I love my 8th chakra. I love my 8th chakra. I love to open up to higher consciousness. I love to open up to higher consciousness. I love to open up to higher consciousness. I love connecting to spiritual and physical realms. I love connecting to spiritual and physical realms. I love connecting to spiritual and physical realms. I learned about this by going to an ashram. I studied about all of these things for quite some time. I realized, actually, those of you who sing or dance, you're actually opening up the chakras, especially in India, the way that we do the yogic poses. It opens up the chakras. And I didn't really realize that they were all connected. So that was like kind of news to me. And at this ashram, it's actually in Gokarna, for those of you who are traveling in India or have traveled in India, maybe not right now, are living there. It's not far from Bangalore. And it's actually, there is an Australian woman who became a sannyasi. She lived in India for much of her life, and she became a sannyasi. And so she told me about, it's a Tantra Yoga. Most of Tantra Yoga teach about the Bindu Chakra. And she told us it was right in the back of the head and connects to the pineal gland. So it connects to your 3rd eye, which is why I wanted to do the spine yesterday. For those of you who did not watch that, I recommend you do, because really we talk about the chakras here in the front of our body, but they're actually, connected to the back, so it's very important to move your back and to exercise your back, as well as the back of the head, is connecting to the pineal gland, which is the 3rd eye. So it's not just here, it's here, it's connected because our body is, 3-dimensional. So, or multi-dimensional, I might say on some levels, but, to just think of it that way, that it's not just on the front, it's also in the back. And there are so many things I found out. It was a site that I was looking at this morning. And so there, and it says here, it's a really nice thing that it said, I'm reading it from it. It's sunnyray.org on the Bindura Chakra. And it says that the Bindu Chakra is another name for the moon chakra. The energy of the moon is life-giving and sustaining. It is responsible for the growth of the plant life on Earth. If Bindu is fully activated, the light that shines from it resembles a bright shine of the moon, which is like so amazing because here we are in the full moon. And I didn't actually know that about the moon chakra until today. So that was just amazing and divine. And how do you activate it, you might be asking? When you do the plow pose, when you're doing the shoulder stand, anything that's with your head face down on the mat, that activates it. So you can look that up, any kind of yogic poses like that. Obviously stimulating it with your hands is also important. And what this basically does is the physical and the spiritual come into full manifestation. So and what's important is that the Bindu chakra is activated after the other chakras are activated. So if you're still working on the root chakra or the sacral chakra or whatever chakra that you're working on that might be challenging for you, it's important that those open up, or you're feeling blocks in your body. It's similar to the chakras, you might want to call it a different name. But if you're feeling blocked somewhere inside of yourself, it's related. So open those up first, and the Bindu is the last to be opened because it's connected. It's very close proximity to the crown. So therefore, you're opening up all of, everything with the Bindu, which is the eighth, so it's that eighth chakra. So I just felt like that is super important to share. And you can look it up. There's lots of information. I was going to do some of the yoga pose, but, I said, they know they can look it up themselves. This is not really a yoga class, though really what it's about opening up your physical body to come into spiritual awakening. This is the purpose of this 21 day self-love affirmation, because the more that we love our physical body, if you know anything about Lord Shiva, he was a lord of dance. And he was like, there's all sorts of stories about mythological stories. But the really beautiful thing was he was very into his body, from what I understood, and very, could move worlds, very spiritual. So I think that really, resonated with me when I thought about the crescent moon in his hair. Because in all, maybe I think in some of the other ones, other pictures, they do have the crescent moon, but I always remember it with him. So very powerful imagery, which is something I do like about the Hindu mythology. Is just like the powerful images, that just kind of are in your mind and can open up actual portals by looking at images. So those of you who are very visual like I am, it opens up the mind and the imagination to more because of the images. And then you believe that more things are possible. Because when you see something, even if it's with your imagination, you begin to believe it's possible. Which is why I want to talk a little bit about intuition. So if we feel we have a desire for something deep in ourselves, we don't even know how it's going to happen. This is the full moon as well. It's like the belief that it will, even if we cannot see yet the proof. This is all part of manifestation, which is why it ties in so nicely with the Bindu Chakra. Because when we manifest, we can't see, we have to trust. And there is a sense of blind faith in a way. There's I was just thinking about this, like a few years ago when I first arrived here, I didn't have a car. And I was taking some classes in language, and I was just saying to myself, I just wish I had a car, And then slowly enough, a couple of months later, I had a job, I got a car, it was like everything just kind of happened, and I was just kind of flowing with it. But I think it's happened to all of us in our lives. We decide something, and we're just like, okay, that's what we want. We've decided, and then we allow it to happen without any resistance, which is the biggest. That's why I talk about movement of our bodies and breathing and affirmations, because then we can affirm that can actually happen. And then 3, we allow the resistance out of our body, so we're not keeping it stored in ourselves, so that we can then receive it, which is what this full moon is doing for us. allowing us to receive what we still cannot see. Because when we need proof, then there's still doubt in our minds that it's not happening. Hey, Gail. Yeah, so synchronized. Of course. Thank you for the moon. Yes. And so that's really it. When we know it here and here in our hearts, or we could say here in our Bindu Chakra, wherever we know it, that's all we need. That's all we need. Think about it for a moment. You just know. You don't know how. You may try X, Y, Z. You may go through the whole alphabet trying, though you know it's going to happen, and it will, because it always does. And that is trust. That is trust and faith that it will. When many of us have had children, and sometimes you didn't know when, or you were trying, it didn't happen, and then you let go. It's not always so easy for a lot of people to understand that, but there's some things that are easier for others than, and some things that are easier for other people, so it just depends. But it's that faith, that kind of knowing this is happening and then allowing it to happen. It's the allowance that I feel is totally important when we talk about things like this. And there's a lot of things I could talk about with this Bindu Chakra. I don't want to go into a whole soliloquy about it, but it has a lot of amazing energy in terms of consciousness, and it really allows for the overall emotional and spiritual and physical health of ourselves and the entire, when we can do it ourselves, when we're physically strong, then the effects of aging affect us less, because we become the conduit of healthy individuals, and not just as a human being, but on both emotional and spiritual levels. So it's totally powerful. So we'll go into a meditation, 1717 again, for 2 minutes. So I'd like you to focus on any of these, or anything you'd like. Opening up to higher consciousness is a really nice one. If you'd like to, anything you'd like to focus on, please focus on that for the next 2 minutes. I want to take you back into the room and slowly begin to feel yourself here again. I'd love to know what your reflections were as you were doing that meditation. I kept hearing, ask everyone, what is their calling? So what is your calling? When we talk about higher consciousness, we might be talking about a mission or purpose, to really connect us into that space. So what is your calling? What is your purpose? If you'd like to share that in the comments, I'd love to post it for everybody to see. And if you don't feel like it, that's also completely fine. So the more that we really step into our purpose, the more that we state it, that's how we send a clear message and vibration to the universe. And that is something that I work on with all of my clients. So I'd love to know. So my calling is to bring everyone to truly love themselves so they can really experience true love in themselves and with another. One of my deepest desires. Because when we are in that state of love and bliss, it's not just a personal issue anymore. It becomes it's global. It's it's a collective. We see love in everything, and that to me is just a gift. That is divinity. When we can see love in everyone, regardless of our personal feelings about them, then we've reached the state of higher consciousness, as far as I'm concerned, and we can truly understand and be empathetic towards each other. So I will pick a card. I shuffle the cards, but this is a oracle reading card for the full moon in my 13 moon oracle deck. And so I thought, okay, I don't know this card either, so I'd love to do it with you. So I actually think I was going to pick one, but I'll pick two cards. Let's see what we have. Let's pray on the cards for a moment. Set an intention, what you'd like to see. Okay, so let's see what we have. So the two cards that I have are connect. Very interesting. Connect. Wow, I love the spider web. Sacred tool of the loom, expansion, larger view, vision, present moment, and groundedness. Wow, such a beautiful card and perfect for today. Hope you can see that well. And the second one is transmit, sacred tool of the chalice, contain, center, flow, simplify, empty. This is wonderful. This is actually usually the beginning of the 13 moons. I remember when I first did this with my mentor, this is the first card about creating an empty chalice. So how appropriate as we're moving into, we're finishing up the 13 moons and we're moving into the first moon soon. And I love this expansion, larger view. It's just beautiful. So amazingly beautiful. Gail, wow, I discovered it's heart healing through nature's gift. Yes. Oh my God, that's wonderful. Yes, I know. So thank you, Gail, for sharing. So these are the two cards, if you'd just like to see them side by side. I'm going to see how I could play around. It's very confusing to do it this way, but anyway, so these are the two cards. Try to put them together side by side. Just beautiful cards, and I love the purple. I actually never wear purple. I'm wearing purple today. I never wear this, and so it's just amazing that we got the purple. And when we did this, I remember my mentor asked me to wear purple, so I felt called to wear purple today. So, and I love contain, center, flow, simplify, and empty. And I feel like that is also really important for this moon, just to flow and simplify. And also this larger view and expansion. So yeah, totally. I don't, I don't think I'm going to read from here because they can be very, very long. So I'll see if there's something in there afterwards and I can share it with you guys if you want to. Thank you, Gail. Thank you. Gail knows a lot of cards, so I appreciate that you say that they're beautiful cards. They are. Thank you so much. So today is again the full moon. For those of us that living in Asia Pacific, today is a day that we release, and I hope you're doing your release rituals for the full moon. and really step into the full release. Allow yourself to fully release. And this is, again, after this full moon is dream time. So you don't have to definitely set the goals immediately, you know, following the divine feminine way. It's up until like February, March, you know, you're dreaming. You can actually do things. You can take action, but allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to, like, you know, if you've been dreaming about something and you need to take action, great. But if you're still birthing something, something's coming through you, allow it to come through and give yourself time. I kept hearing these words today. Take your time. Take your time, because the universe has your back. The more that you can relax, simplify. What was the words that it said? It said simplify. And the more that you simplify, living in the present moment was what this card said, groundedness. And this one was contain, center, flow, and simplify, empty. And I really believe that, you know, the more that we simplify and empty, and we just allow, you know, we allow. When we're flowing, we allow. And we're transmitting and connecting into the divine. That's why when we meditate, the more that we become just empty, that it's so beautiful. You know, I've been meditating in nature. I'll just close it with this. I've been meditating in nature every day because I take my dog out. And I used to love to just lie down and look at the sky. So I did that. Actually, if any of you who don't know Yoga Nidra, I did Yoga Nidra on the ground. And I love doing that. You know, my eyes are closed because I just feel so open to receive. And it's a beautiful, beautiful practice. And I will share it with my clients soon. I've been thinking about that. And I really love Yoga Nidra because you're just completely open and you're open to receive. And then you set an intention and then you just allow it to unfold. So it's a beautiful practice. So I'm just encouraging you to meditate in nature. I know many of you do continue that practice because nature speaks through us, right? Through our Bindu Chakra, through our crown chakra, through our chakras. So thank you all of you for coming. Tomorrow is a special announcement. So please come tomorrow. And if you are resonating with me, please go to my website, gilanahemia.com, to find out more about me. Schedule a 15-minute chat. Schedule a 15-minute chat. And this writing course, my special writing course for up until December 31st. So you just have another day or so where you can still lock in the 555. It's usually 888. So it's 555 now. I recommend you do that. It's an amazing, amazing course. Go to the website to see the testimonials. And it's a great way to start the new year. And I'd be so excited to work with you. If you have any questions, feel free to schedule a chat with me. Thank you so much for joining. I truly, truly appreciate you. And I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. And I'm so excited that tomorrow's the 21st day and I have a special announcement. It's getting exciting, right? It's a new year too. So woohoo! We'll do some dancing. We'll go over some of the chakras, you know, to just close it all out, to like tie the knot. We'll do some exercises on different chakras tomorrow. So that will be fun. We'll do some affirmations in the various parts of the body. And then I'll make the special announcement. So I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Namaste, Om Shanti, Shalom. And have an amazing, amazing day, night, or morning. Bye-bye.